you all please stand? I call the meeting of the Austintown Township Trustees to order for December 23rd. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Crano?
Here.
Mr. McGlynn?
Here. It's very nice of you coming out on this day, the day before Christmas Eve. You know, are the rest of you shocked how fast Christmas is here? Or is it just those of us that are past 65?
Comes fast.
Oh my God, unbelievable. Hey, nice articles, by the way. Keep it up. Okay, may I introduce, please, the people on this front angle, and we're supposed to be the ones that run the township. The director of our senior center, Jim Henshaw, and park supervisor, Todd Schaefer, our fire chief, Andy Frost, our police chief, Bob Cavalier, our zoning inspector, Darren Travelli. Next to him is our township administrator and road superintendent, Mike Dockery. To my right is trustee Jim Davis. To my left is trustee Doug McGlynn. To my left further is fiscal officer Mrs. Lori Wolf. And I am Ken Carano, trustee. May I have a motion, please, to accept the minutes of the regular meeting of December 9th?
So,
Second.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on now to the department business. Michael, what's going on with the roads, the cemeteries, and whatever?
Well, the only thing I guess I'd add is I hope the warm weather stays with us for a while, but I don't really have anything to add other than to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and wish Doug good luck in the future. It was nice working with you for the past year and a half.
Year and a half. Enjoyed it.
Is that how long it was, year and a half?
Yeah. Went fast. You talking about going fast.
You know, it's funny because back when I was in YSU, the astronomy professor was a brilliant man. He says that the Egyptians were 30 days off in the calendar because they were a few days off when a few minutes off when they created it way back when. This is not December. This is actually November. Now the situation is, I don't know about the sun and I don't know about the rest of this stuff, but I swear to you, you mark my word, there'll be snow on your bonnet on Mother's Day. There's going to be snow on the bonnet. You watch.
Chicago was warmer than Atlanta, I believe. Yesterday or
right?
today. Yeah.
What did you say, it was 50 degrees here?
54 this afternoon, according to my car.
There's a lot of people crying about there's not going to be a white Christmas. No, I like a nice sunny Christmas. It's good. Okay, the road department is ready to go though, and all the time. They did go out and salt the places.
I think Bill told me we've used about 1,000 tons, which is about a third of what we expect over the course of the winter to use so far.
Very good. Chief, how about the police department?
Nothing really to add other than to tell everybody have a safe, happy, and a Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you. Let's move on to the fire department. Chief Frost.
Don't have much to add except to Doug, I just want to tell you thank you for everything you've done for our department. Been a tremendous help and an ally, and we really appreciate that, and the guys appreciate it. So on behalf of all of us, thank you.
I'll always be around.
Is that good or bad?
Could be good. Depends.
Let's go on to the zoning department.
We have nothing to report, but thank you, Doug, for not yelling at me.
Meeting's not over.
Where's the elder trustee? Who hasn't yelled at me?
I haven't, you're right.
Just the meeting.
It's only the 23rd, there's 8 days to go.
still got 8 more days left.
I already took you out of my phone.
Ouch.
He has showed some interest in running at some point. You best be careful. He may be your boss
Very
again
careful.
someday.
Todd, what's happening in the park department?
Not a whole lot. I just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues, wish everybody Merry Christmas, and to wish Doug good luck in his future endeavors.
That's great. Have people been turning in their trees? Not yet.
Not quite. The only trees that we've got is from a place that was selling them, it's their leftover trees. So they brought them out.
Well, we have to keep reminding everyone, these are real trees.
Real trees, take off all the lights and the tinsels and the ornaments.
Okay.
I'd imagine we'll start getting those on Thursday.
And off to the senior center, Jim?
Well, again, I repeat, wish everybody happy holidays. And I do have one announcement to make. We have a new card punch playing. They started last Friday, 500 bids, and they're looking for more members, but we're sort of excited about it because it's something new, and they came in and said they wanted to try it. We said, try it, and they're doing it.
We were talking about the senior center, and the two serious organizations there are the bingo players and the card players.
Yes.
You don't interfere with their card play. Okay. And let's go on to the fiscal officer. And what can I say is necessary for us, Mark?
I just have a few things in new business when you get there.
Okay,
I
yes.
need to clean out the year and make sure we're gonna float into next year.
Well, that's super. Okay, then let's have a motion, please, to approve the November report from the fiscal officer submitted to the board for review at the December 9th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes. That microphone is working
I
for
know,
the first time.
For the first time.
Wow. Maybe some poltergeist. Okay, on to new business.
It's the ghost of Christmas present.
Oh, God. All right, Lori, I presume we're gonna talk to you about all of these, okay? A motion to approve repayments of advances to general funds from the other funds.
You have to clean out and make sure everything ends up at zero.
Now that's, let's make that clear because we've talked about it before. When we say that we will take money from another account, but that account has to be replenished before the
We
end
only
of the
take it
year.
from the general fund.
Out of the general fund,
Yep, and
okay.
it has to go back to the general fund.
All right. Let's see.
Do them one at a time.
I guess we have to do them one at a time. Okay.
It's all different, yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Motion to approve advances from the general fund.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Business C, motion to approve increase or decrease in appropriations. That's all, by the way, in a paper that was with us. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes. Motion to approve increase or decrease in revenue budgets.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Motion to approve 2020 temporary appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
A motion to approve transfer from general funds to other funds.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
This is all my balancing out the year to make sure.
Well, this is all requirements from the auditor and everything else.
And the close
Motion,
out.
that's
This is
right.
why Lori keeps getting reelected.
That's right, that's it. Motion to request an advance from Mahoning County Auditor for money available for the tax year 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Crano?
Yes. Okay, we have the Ohio Liquor Control Division, whether to request a hearing on a notice to the legislative authority for the change of the LLC membership interest, Tropicana Investments LLC, 3680 South Meridian Road, first floor and patio, Austintown Township, Youngstown, Ohio, 44511, permit number 9064393, permit classes D5. Chief?
Have no objection to it, it's Galleria Pizza in Corner.
Balleria Pizza.
This is Belleria up on Cornersburg.
This is D5, this is what, beer and wine?
To be honest with you, Ken, I can't remember.
I think it is, I think it is. Okay, motion please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Here's one. Whether to approve economic development transfer Trex permit to Walmart stores 2063 East LP 6001 Mahoning Avenue, Suite B, Austintown, Ohio, from Sam's East Incorporated, permit number 7701-665-0145. Permit classes C1, C2.
So moved. Eric, did you want to talk about that?
Chief, you know, to be honest with this, first time I've seen this one, I really can't see why we would object to it. Economic development.
Yeah, that's what Trex is.
On their application, they're showing investment of 2.7 million and 7 to 10 jobs created.
That is a fueling station that the Board of Appeals approved in August. It'll be located in their north front parking lot, just west of the entrance. It's going to have 7 islands and obviously a retail store. And what they told us, the retail store will sell prepackaged goods. So that's what the investment is.
So that's the big announcement right away. Now, just for my understanding, I see them. Have they started now pickups at this Walmart?
Ken, they're going to do, in addition, the east entrance. There's a wrought iron rail fence. They're going to blow that out and put an addition there. In terms of the exterior and interior, it's about 1,600, 1,700 feet. And that will be the collection point when you order your groceries online. It'll end up there, and then they're going to restripe some parking stalls, and they're going to designate, I don't remember how many, a dozen or so, strictly for this pickup. And when you get there, you click on your app, and supposedly they bring everything out and everything's paid for.
Well,
Then your visit to Walmart, they want your visit to be 3 to 5 minutes.
The only Walmart that does it now is the one on Liberty. And it's a little strange. You pull up in that area and so on. But as I went to Walmart's the other day, they actually have buggies now with the names on the side saying that these are pickup orders and stuff like that. That's why.
Well, the way they explain it to us, they will have Walmart employees bring it out to your car. You don't even have to get it.
Yeah.
Giant Eagle has that somewhere, and Aldi's is going to it.
Okay, are we giving them their economic development transfer?
So moved.
Second.
Hold on. Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes. And that was rather quick. So we're now at the point of our public response. We have a vast number of very important people here, at least the important people here. But would any of you like to speak off camera? Nah, not you guys. Okay, anybody want to speak on camera? Thank you, gentlemen. We'll move on now from the remarks from the board. Laura?
I just want to jump on the bandwagon and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, you know what? We're going to do something now. Let's stop this first before we go out there. Because we have a gentleman that has worked with us for a year and a half. And he has done an outstanding job. And we are so pleased that he took it upon himself to take our invitation to come here and take over a position, even while he was working so hard as the superintendent of schools. Doug McGlynn, in my life, was a great student, He was a great athlete. He was just an outstanding educator, and he was one hell of a boss. The reason for most of it is that Doug has a lot of intelligence, but he has a demeanor that is so great. I would be afraid to see when you get angry, because I have not ever seen that. But I've known that people that have that type of demeanor, who take their time, who don't get riled, they take care of problems by looking them over and taking care of the situation. And your presentation to us, working with Jim and I and Laura, was outstanding. So everyone knows, Jim and I and Doug and Laura do not always agree. That's good, because we go in the back room, we talk about things that have to be talked about under that auspices, and we come to conclusions. But everyone here gets the opportunity to talk, and no one demeans anybody, no one makes radical remarks or anything of this sort. We look at the evidence and may come to decisions. And Doug fit right in. Was I sad when he said he wasn't going to run again? Yes, extremely so. Because we have worked so beautifully. I've worked with so many different politicians in my life, and he is just one of the outstanding ones that I work with. I'm quite sure that when he decides to leave the school district, because he lives here in Austintown, I wouldn't be very surprised at all for him to be running to become a member of this trustee board. And I tell you right now, if I'm still around, I'll be your campaign manager.
I'll take that.
Jim, you want to talk about him too?
You know, I will tell you that, you know, the thought of Doug becoming trustee, for those of you that have not heard the story, was that Ken and I were basically down to the wire as to the 30 days being up. And a thing came across my Facebook in my memories of things that had happened in the past. And in my Facebook memories popped up that I was going to Fitch High School to say goodbye to a legend. And I called him that in that. And that was Doug McGlynn, who I had had as my freshman principal when I was at Austintown Fitch, and my sister had as her senior principal at Austintown Fitch. Seeing that made me realize one thing. Austintown missed the boat when they didn't hire him as the superintendent, but Ken and I surely were not going to let that boat and that ship sail past us in that opportunity. So Ken, I called Ken and I said, I've got 2 words for you. And he says, okay. I said, Doug McGlynn. And he said, that is outstanding. And I said, well, I said, you know who we got to ask? Mary Beth. so lo and behold, a trip to Geneva, I went up and I remember knocking on the door of the trailer and walking in and saying, will you share your husband with Austintown again for a little bit? And she said, I think Doug would be honored to do it. And I talked with Doug, and the next executive session, Ken and I sat down and talked about it, and sure enough, we came to the conclusion that Doug McGlynn would be a good fit. And for all the reasons that we thought you would be a good fit, you certainly marked each one of those off. As Ken said, and I said about Rick Stauffer, you have a way of telling people to go to hell, but making them enjoy the trip. I mean, you know, I mean, the demeanor that Ken talks about, you've got it. You know how to manage people, and dealing with the people in the school district in itself, and then dealing on top of it with the parents. We knew that you'd be a good fit. You'd already had the respect and the trust of the residents, because when people are entrusting their children to you, that speaks volumes. And so we knew you'd be a good fit and would be able to help us with our police levy, which I think that public trust was gained by you to help us get that passed, as well as continuing and getting some of our renewals passed. So on behalf of the township, I'd like to say thank you, because it has been my honor to serve with you, and I look at it as a privilege to a guy that I looked up to when I was in high school, to get to work side by side with now, and I hope someday get to do again.
I can't thank you guys enough. It's been a fast 18 months. I wish it was longer, but it's been a great experience. it's been my honor to work with you two gentlemen, and Mike and Laura and the department chairs, because you see a whole different side of things. The community, I think, doesn't realize how great they have it with the people that are here and running the departments and doing things. It's always a situation where, as Ken said, you may agree to disagree, but you're gonna work it out for what's best for the township and what's best for the community. And that's one of the things I really like about working with all of you is, yeah, we may not always agree, but we always have the best interests of our citizens and the community in mind. And it's been an honor to serve the 18 months and work with you two gentlemen. And when you called me, I was like, well, I'm okay with it. I thought it'd be great. But the boss had to approve it, which was the wife. And she was gracious enough to say, yeah, go ahead. Oh, it's only 1 day a month, don't worry. It's 2 meetings a month, 1 day maybe every now and then. It's kind of like schoolwork. It's more
That's how we sell it to you.
Yeah, it's more than that, but you know, it's been very nice over the last 18 months to see the community grow, to see the township grow economically, and to work with you guys. You know, when people complain sometimes, you now have a whole different perspective on what is your real complaint. And again, it's been great to serve all of you and be part of this. And someday I will come back when I retire, and you will be my campaign chairman.
I remember.
And
We really should also thank your school board, because in a sense, you had to go to them also.
yeah,
To
they've
give
been
their
very good.
permission to.
My board of Westers are very good about sharing and being part of it, and they all were very encouraging. And again, I can't say enough to my wife, because it's more nights where she has to give up me. But sometimes I think she's happy with that. As Andy can probably tell you, sometimes they're happy with that when they're gone. Right, Bob and Andy and Ben? But again, I would like to thank you guys for thinking of me and letting me be part of this. And it's something I will never forget.
You can't believe that Jim called. I mean, we had a disagreement as to who we were looking at, and we were hearing other names. When he called up, the elation was beyond belief. I mean, I kept yelling to him, is he in front of you? Is he there? Could you go and ask him? He said, go. He couldn't remember his name. And when you said that you were, and everything that we thought was going to happen, happened, just the way we thought it was. I mean, it was a great year and a half. I mean, an absolute. We have a proclamation for you, and just to thank you so much for the year and a half that you spent with us. The people in Austintown will hear about it constantly, about how great of a job you did. What I'd like to do now is to bring us together, hand you the proclamation, and let's take a picture.
Have to sign the proclamation?
No, I don't even want to read it. Yeah, you can't sign no proclamation.
You have it.
Here, Laura, you hold it for you. Okay? Yeah, can you go on this side? You can go on the other side. Let's go on the other side. I'll go on the other side.
All right.
All right.
Okay, ready? I just have passed away. We'll get some good ones in here.
Oh, we wait for Jimmy.
Yeah,
No, you're good, you're good.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Sounds like a way of-
You know, the funny thing is, Ken and I have always worked great together.
Oh, yeah.
Ken was very involved in a lot of things in Austintown and Fitch, and when I needed help, I needed some advice, I always went to him, and I'm still going to him. And Jim I had as a student, as well as his sister, who I spent a lot of time with over the 4 years, and it's been great being with you guys. And we won't go away, we'll all be together still, by wearing glasses. But if you ever need anything, or the township needs anything, please don't ever hesitate to let me know.
Keep that on the tape, will you, please? Is there anything else you'd like to talk about before you leave?
No, I just
We have to visit a few things. Go ahead.
No, I'd just like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and and remember those in need during the holiday season. I know the high school, middle school, and elementary all did different programs for the needy in Austintown, from Ryan's Tree at the high school to the two elementaries, as well as the middle school, with food drives. The thing about this community, and you can't ever forget it, is the community itself is very giving of their time and their resources in a time of need. And that's what's great about Austintown. That's what's great about working with you guys. You don't ever hesitate to give up your time or any resources you can afford to do. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
Jim?
I've got a laundry list of things here, and I'm going to try to make it as fast as I possibly can. First, I want to publicly congratulate TJ Parker, the new head coach at Austintown Fitch for the Fitch football team. I've known TJ, his mother and my cousin worked together, and so I've known TJ since he was a baby. And TJ has come up through the system first as an athlete and then as a coach. And I think TJ will do a very fine job at Austintown Fitch. The saying holds true: once a Falcon, always a Falcon. And they may have made the right choice in TJ Parker. I look forward to seeing what TJ can do in 2020. I also wanted to, we congratulated Doug. I was at the meeting the other night on behalf of our board to congratulate Doc Ritchie in his 52 years as a board member with the Austintown Board of Education. He is the longest standing, longest tenured school board member in the state of Ohio. It was nice to see him honored, and just want to congratulate Doc one more time and thank him for his service to the Austintown community. Another thing, I guess the word is out, the excitement of the Austintown Cinema. We went from it closing in 1 week and everybody wanting to disband this entire board of trustees and fire us all, to a week later, everybody is excited to find out that we actually were working with a new cinema in Pittsburgh for about 3.5, almost 4 months. To come into the Austintown community, and they are going to do a renovation, and there's some excitement there now that within probably 90 days, so somewhere right around April, you're going to see a new cinema opening up in the Austintown Plaza. There's a lot of exciting things going to happen in that plaza, and I'm looking forward to them in the coming 2020. With that being said, I got to stop over this past weekend, and I would encourage people, because one of the things that, they tell you, first thing in politics is don't read the comments section, whether it's on the Vindy.com, whether it's on Facebook, whatever it is, but I read the comments anyway. I don't know why I torture myself. But people complain about what we don't have here in the Austintown community. But what I can tell you that we do have in the Austintown community is we have great locally owned businesses. And there was a pop-up, small business pop-up this past Saturday at the Austintown Plaza for the holidays. They had over 80 vendors. Jason DeBola put them on. It was outstanding. A lot of those vendors work in conjunction with Todd and our farmers market out there with Shannon as well. That was on Friday night. These are opportunities, folks, for you to go out and to support local business. I tell everybody, when the Payless Shoes or when the Michaels or Packatans close, those are things that those are major corporations that are closing due to bankruptcy. Those are things that we as a board really don't have an imprint on. There's not much that we can do to save those when they're filing bankruptcy at a corporate level. However, these local businesses, that's why when you see us talk about, whether it's the Joe Sadie's with the upstairs in Sadie's Place, or Les at Rachel's, whether it's, local restaurants, the local businesses like these pop-up businesses that were making t-shirts for the holidays, that were making crafts. Those are the people we want you to support. So if you have the opportunity and you see these, please stop in. It was a great event, and I actually got to pick up some last-minute Christmas gifts and be a part of that. So Doug also talked real quick about people fundraising in this community and helping the needy. And I thought it was really cool, and they do this every year. We honored them, I believe it's been a while now, it's probably been more than 5 years. But I just wanted to mention it. I thought it was really cool to see them working again with our fire department, and that's the Chicken Coop Cruisers. They are at Quaker Steak and Lube every Sunday, and they take part in that car cruise there, and they raise money. And if you get the opportunity to go down there and be a part of that, do it. Become involved with these things, and when you don't think that you're making an impact, you are. They were able to donate money to our to local needy families and help them for this holiday season. So just hats off to Andy's, is it your uncle, Dick Frost, and his crew of, they're called the Chicken Coop Cruisers, and what a great thing that they do. Just this past Thursday, not to toot our own horn, but myself and Dave Ditzler were there at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were joined by Kelsey from our fire department, and we were raising money. It's called Buffalo Wild Wings has done this now. They actually thought they've only been doing it for 5 years. However, Dave and I corrected them because, once again, Facebook Memories reminded us that in 2012, myself, Dave, and Lisa did it. And the funny thing is that year, the very first year that we did it, we raised $350 to help local needy families. Last year, myself, Dave Ditzler, and Chris Davis raised over $3,500 to help local needy families in Austintown. And so, again, this year, Buffalo Wild Wings invited us back, and we were joined there once again by Kelsey, who I will tell you was a chief. Hats off to her. She did a great job. She played right along. So I'll share some funny stories of that evening. So everybody that knows our local promoter, we'll call him Mark Cole. He's an insurance agent with the Mark Cole Agency, an American National. He is big on our 4th of July committee. He has always got something going on, but he showed up with a $100 bill that he said he would only donate if I ate 2 blazing wings. The hottest wings that Buffalo Wild Wings made. He started at 5. I negotiated it down to 12, or I'm sorry, down to 2. So I had to eat 2 wings, and they made them what they call extra wet, which means they added extra sauce. So the concept of eating these wings, if you guys don't know, is to try to keep the sauce off your lips. Well, when they make them extra wet, you're basically SOL. So I had to eat 2 of these wings. I will tell you, with no disrespect intended to Buffalo Wild Wings, they taste like crap. They have no flavor to them except hot. At that time, Kelsey had been gone, but we needed a fireman there with a hose to hose me down. I was sweating profusely. I had tears in my eyes. My daughter was FaceTiming me to say goodnight and wanted to know why I was crying. So it was hot. It was miserable, but thanks to Mark Cole, he donated $100 to a good cause. Also, someone that evening paid $50 to see me arm wrestle Kelsey from our fire department.
Did you win?
Well, no. Dave Ditzler cheated and pushed Kelsey's hands over to push me over. Now, what she will tell you is that as muscular as she is, she works out for definition, not for muscle. And she told me that she goes, you know you're going to beat me. And I said, listen, just do me one favor. Remember who signed your paycheck. I said, because I don't want to lose. Listen, it's all in good fun, but she has got some guns. I mean, she's got some arms and just, oh my goodness. I'm like, all right, this is going to be embarrassing. But once again, it all went to a good cause. So Kelsey played right along. Commissioner Ditzler played right along. We had a great time, and we raised over $1,200 for needy families in the Austintown community. So I just want to thank Buffalo Wild Wings for, it's one thing to come into the community and say, listen, we want to have a business here. And we want to make money because we have a great product and this and that. But for somebody, for that course, like I said, 2012, so as far as we know, this is now their 7th year of doing this. And they promised to do it again next year. To come into the community and want to be a part of it, to help the community, speaks volumes. So I just want to say hats off to Doug, at Buffalo Wild Wings. He's the regional manager over there, and everybody and their staff, they did a great job helping us out. One final thing, not because she's in the back of the room, but 2019 saw a lot of changes. Whether it was General Motors closing, whether it was TJX opening, and the things that are happening out in Lordstown, the great things that are going on in our own community. We saw the Vindicator close. And, we were wondering how we would go about getting our notices out and how we were going to be able to notify the community of different things happening in Austintown. But you have been a breath of fresh air, Allie, with the articles. One of the things I will say is that JT Whitehouse, he would tell you all the time, I don't like to write bad articles. And we understand as politicians that, not all news is going to be good when you're talking about the township. But you have portrayed our community in a very pleasant way, even in times where things may not be the best. You have always showed our positive light in it and where we think we can make changes to make it better in those negative times. And we appreciate your efforts, Allie, and what you and the Tribune Chronicle have done and revamping the Vindicator and providing good news to the Austintown residents. So thank you guys very much for what you've done. So that's all I've got. I apologize for taking so long, but it is the last meeting of the year, so I wanted to get my 3 minutes in. But on behalf of myself and Gabby, you guys have made it a great year, Austintown. So on behalf of the two of us, we just want to say thank you. We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Great, fantastic. It is absolutely true. I congratulate Doc Ritchie. Doc actually started on the board the year before I came to Austintown, and he was there up until this particular moment. We have been very close friends, and I enjoyed working with him. He deserves the accolades that he gets. T.J. Parker, I remember him, and I'm looking forward to this. The Falcons are doing very well in a lot of the sporting things, and the problem with it is that in a town like Austintown, all of us work together. And the thing is, the wins and the losses that go on, no matter what it is, what school it is, what organization it is, are things that we are so very proud of. And if there's a problem, someone is always there. The thing that I want to say is we're coming up to 2020. Austintown, between all the veterans organizations, all the service organizations, all kind of other organizations here, is a vast number of people. And they're always willing to do something for people in need in Austintown. We're not unique. Other communities do that. Our uniqueness comes by the vast number of people that do it. There's only one problem. We're getting old. And we need the replacement for some of the young guys. I listened to what Jim is talking about in his political life. When I started that, I was doing those things. Now I wouldn't touch a thing to my mouth that was hot. I'm a wimp. I'm not going to do that. And things of that sort. But the things that you have to do, we need people to do them. And everybody is wanted. There's so many different organizations. I think we should do a little bit more playing up all these different organizations and how to belong to them, so that we can get the people in Austintown. We have almost 40,000 people, if not more than that, in Austintown. Don't believe that nonsense that he said. And the fact of the matter is, yes, we are a senior organization, but we have a lot of younger people who are now moving up. And those things have to be done. Ali, I say the same thing. It was a very pleasant task. You have to understand, now that the combined with the paper and so on, now you came here, you have a very nice way of doing it. I'm an old English teacher. You have a very nice way of presenting things, even that are a little difficult, and doing it nicely. So I hope you stick around. Of course, if you get a job that doubles your salary, take off, baby. No problem. There's no problem. The other thing now is absolutely Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We laughed about this because those of us that have been through the half-century mark, we laugh at the idea that every year somebody somewhere is going to say, remember 2019? That was a good year. Those were good years. For those of us that have been around, I think some of us would look back at the 1960s a little bit better than that. But the fact remains that we sing songs, and we do wonderful things at Christmas time. But just like the song says, we need a little Christmas every moment, all year long. And the important thing is that it's called caring for each other and trying desperately. That's what I love about Doug. One thing you learn about him, you know, I have Italian ancestry. Unfortunately, that gives me a little blood pressure that goes sky high. And I have to learn how to calm down, especially in politics and so on. You have to calm down. Listen to other people. You don't have to agree with other people. But if you get the opportunity to talk to them and you give them the opportunity to talk to you, at least you know the differences. The fact is that Austintown is a great place to live. But we have factions, and those factions have to work together to be it. Doug, once again, thank you. Good luck. I don't have to give you, there's no need of giving good luck to you because with your skills, you'll be outstanding for whatever time. But ladies and gentlemen, from us to you, from my family to you, but all of us, we sit here as supposed leaders of Austintown communities. No, what we are is the people that take things that you do and try to help you go further with them and get the opportunity to do better things for Austintown. But we thank you, and may you have a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah for those of the other faiths. And let's hope 2020 is one hell of a beautiful year. Okay, I have a motion now to recess to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, discipline, and compensation of public employees, or to conduct or review negotiations and bargaining session.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Fredo?
Yes.
Mr. McGlynn?
Yeah.
In association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.